Hey everybody, welcome back to Down the Shore Homestead. So today's video is the 7th installment of the 10 videos in 10-day challenge. And today I want to talk about mental health of the younger generations and how I am very scared for our younger generations. I feel like they are being pressured to talk about their feelings all the time, and they're going on Google and WebMD or any other psychological site, and they're trying to diagnose themselves. And honestly, it's everyday stresses that every other generation has had to deal with. And unfortunately, the lower generations, well, the younger generations, haven't been given the tools that I guess we all had as children. I'm from Gen X, so I guess we learned to adapt on our own. But for some reason, these younger generations don't know how to adapt and deal with their feelings and their emotions. And it's quite sad. I hate to say this. It's quite sad, honestly. And this is unscripted. This is just me talking about how I feel about the younger generation. So I'm not even going to edit this out. So if it's long, I apologize, but please stick around because I really have some key points that I think this younger generation could use to help them through these troubling times that they are feeling, that may be valid to them, but as an older generation, we look down on them and we say, you need to grow up, and you need to have tougher skin, and you need to just stop wallowing in your self-pity, because that's what it is. It's self-pity. I see these kids that are posting videos recently about the election, and they're having complete meltdowns. And honestly, I feel like most of it is attention getting. They're striving, no, not striving. Like I said, unscripted, they are starving for attention, and they will get it in any way they can. And that's why they're putting it up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. They're dying for attention. And it's sad. To me, that's sad. And if you're from that generation and you're struggling right now, please hear me as I say, you are not going nuts. You may be looking for attention in all of the wrong places, and I truly feel for you. I truly want you to be normal. And I think that if you just stop looking for issues, and sorry about the traffic, hopefully it's not too loud. If you're looking for attention because you didn't get it from your household, then please find mentors, positive mentors, not mentors that are gonna feed on your mental stability right now. I see a lot of activists that have turned into teachers that are not really teachers, that are trying to make you feel like, oh, well, if you change your sex, everything's going to be hunky-dory and everything's going to be back to normal. And that, my friends, is absolutely not true. So the reason I say that is so the reason I'm out here in front of my chicken coop, I want to show you something. And hopefully this, I don't have the correct selfie stick, so hopefully it's not too crazy. But I want to show you my chickens because, and the sun's in my eyes, so hopefully I can see here. Hopefully you can see these chickens. And you can see that most of them are going through a molt, and Estelle there is one of the last ones to go through the molt. And I don't know if you can see it very well on the camera, but she is losing all of her feathers. She doesn't want to have anything to do with me. So hopefully you can see poor Dorothy there in the gray. Which way am I pointing here? She's lost her entire hind feathers, all of her neck feathers. And Blanchie here, the one in the front there, see if I can see what I'm doing here. Where's she at? Where you at? Where you at, Blanchie? It's hard to see in the camera. There's Blanche. She's right here. All her feathers are coming back in. Her neck was naked. She had no feathers on her neck. And look at how all of the new feathers are coming in. So even though you may feel like the world is coming to an end, And I was stressed out because all of my chickens were walking around with no feathers almost. Times get better. Your life is not stagnant. Your life is not permanent. It is ever changing, and you need to roll with the changes and adapt and figure out ways to make yourself happy. I didn't mean to hit the microphone, sorry. Make yourself happy and try and not listen to people who are negatively trying to make it worse. Look for people who are going to uplift you, make you feel better, realize that life is not going to stay the way it is right now, and that things will get better in the future. They really do. I am also an example of that. I lived in a dysfunctional family. I divorced my first husband after only a couple years, really, because I realized, oh my gosh, this was not a good idea. We should have never gotten married. So I was a single mother for years, had a few relationships that didn't work out. Some of them were longer than others, and my kids, I tried to not get them involved with the person I was dating at the time because I didn't want them to get confused as well. So eventually I found my current husband, and he is my soulmate. He is my best friend, the best thing to happen to me in my entire life, besides my children. If my kids are listening, I love you dearly, and you know that. I'm not saying Damon's before you. I'm just saying that when I met Damon, my life and my internal mental stability got so much better because I finally found my soulmate who will support me in anything that I do, any challenges that I have. He 100% supports me and will fight to help me get what I want and to succeed. And I'm the same way with him. If he wanted to start a toy store tomorrow, I'd say, okay, let's go. Let's figure out a way to do it. Now, he's not saying that right now, but I know he does want to do one in the future. So I'm 100% behind him in that respect. So, like my chickens, you may lose all of your hair. You may lose something in your life. However, it'll grow back, or things will come around and good things will start happening again. So please stop focusing on the issue that you're dealing with right now and start looking towards the future. And honestly, if you could become a little bit more spiritual, it'll definitely help you. And I'm not saying to join a conventional church. I'm just saying to find a spiritual energy to help you become happier and mentally stronger, to help you when things are going bad. And a lot of people become very religious because they can pray to the God above or Buddha or whoever and say, please help me. I need assistance. And they feel like they get help when they do that. And I honestly believe that they do because their energy is being pushed out to the world, to the atmosphere, and the positive energy that they're asking for is coming back to help them. And I believe that is why karma is real. And if you do good things in life, good things come back. So try and be nice to people. Even if they're being mean to you, they're not being mean to you most likely because of you. Maybe they're being mean to you because of your actions or the way that you've talked to them first. There is a reaction, or I forget what it's called, but basically everything has a reaction to what you're doing. So if you're being mean or being lazy at work and people are getting upset with you because you're lazy, well, then you need to change that. You need to become less lazy at work and be stronger at work and do the work that you've been asked. And try not to focus on the bad things in life. Try and figure out, if you're having a bad day, what is one good thing that happened to you that day? That's what you need to focus on. So hopefully this video gets you looking for positive ways to help your mental health and to help you see that, look, my kids went through many years of psychiatry, seeing psychiatrists or sociologists or whatever, and they didn't help. They honestly, I swear, they may have went into that field to ultimately want to help people, but I feel like they really don't. All they are is a listening board. You need to figure out what's going to make you happy with your own thoughts and your own ways of trying to find happiness, because they're just a soundboard, really. You can find anybody. Talk to your parents, talk to your mother, talk to your father, talk to an aunt, an uncle, a brother, a sister, a grandmother, a grandfather. Talk to somebody and ask them, could you just listen to me and not give me feedback unless I ask for it? Because I really just need to talk out my feelings, and I'm not looking for somebody to help me resolve them. I just need a sounding board, because honestly, that is all a psychiatrist or a sociologist does. They may try and give you tools to help you with the issues that you're dealing with, but honestly, nowadays, you can pretty much just Google it. And by the way, don't use Google, because it's very one-sided leaning. So look at other browsers, like, for instance, Brave, Brave. It's pretty much an unbiased search engine, and it will give you the middle of the road answers and not lean one way or the other. So please also look at both sides of an issue before you make a decision on how you feel about that issue. I see a lot of kids leaning extremely left and progressive and think that socialism is great and communism is great, and all of these other terrorist organizations, they've just been looked at wrong. Well, I'm sorry. I think you need to look at the other side of the issue and then look in the middle. I think you need to look at the other side of the issue and then look in the middle for the truth, because both sides are going to give you false information, and you need to figure out what the middle is. And when you figure out what the middle is, that's most likely the truth. And I'm sorry, but you need to stop worrying about what's going on overseas and around the world. You need to start worrying about your individual life and what's going on in your world. Not everything else. I'm going to pause this for a second, because there's a life flight going by. So I brought you over to my garden because this is another example of, if things are going bad, like that tomato plant. It got very cold here overnight and it's not doing well now. And it's the fall, and I should probably take it out because it's done. But next year, I'll have new tomato plants in that spot or another spot of the garden, and I'll have brand new tomatoes next year. So life regenerates, life changes. You need to adapt. For instance, the fence, still not done. My husband and I have 2 sections left to complete fixing this fence. We wanted to do it months ago. Has it gotten done yet? No, because other things have gotten into the way. Well, other things have gotten in the way, not gotten into the way. I have issues speaking freely. So hopefully you can deal with that and still listen to what I have to say, because I really think that I can help you out. Mental health is something that you need to work on. And I don't want to make this extremely long. So please try and find ways, whether it's self-help books or just look online for maybe self-help groups and join a group. But don't join a group if they're always going to harp on the bad things that are happening. Join a group that's going to help you find ways to get better mentally, to be happier in life. Create a hobby. For instance, we have a organic farm up the street, and they bring in groups of children who are mentally handicapped or slow or whatever. And please don't, I'm not trying to be politically correct. Those are what I remember as a kid. So I'm sorry if that offended anybody. And now, that's another thing. Stop getting offended, okay? If you're offended, that's your fault. That's not my fault. You need to let things go, okay? If somebody calls me a shorty, okay, I'm short. So what? Somebody says, man, you're fat. Why don't you go on a diet? Well, you know what? I am who I am. I do try and get as much exercise as I can, and I try to eat healthy. So you know what? What you call me fat, I don't care. It's none of your business. And I don't really, that really doesn't bother me because I don't care. Because in my mind, I try to be a beautiful person who will help anybody. I'll give you the shirt off my back if you need it. Well, maybe not my shirt because I don't want to rock around half naked. However, I will give you anything that I don't need if you need it. So it doesn't matter. Like they said back in my day, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt me. So stop letting those words hurt you. They aren't physically hurting you. Let them go. Let it go. Ignore it. And there's another saying that's recent. It's let them be them or something. Let it be something like that. I don't know. But basically, let other people be who they are and how they want to be. And you figure out what you want to be with your life, what makes you happy, and go and get that done. Stop getting offended. It's ridiculous. And stop falling into the trap of, oh my God, you have a mental issue. You have a mental issue with that. Oh my God, you're so sad. Let me help you. Stop that. Stop. Us Gen Xers, we didn't have anybody to go to. Our parents both worked. We were latchkey kids. Nobody was around. I had an awesome elementary school principal, and I had some great teachers growing up. Unfortunately, I don't remember any of their names. I'm not like my husband where he remembers everything. However, find a teacher that is a positive influence on you and not someone who's trying to get you to change your gender, because that is not going to fix your issues. And if you happen to be gay when you get older, who cares? None of us care. Nobody cares anymore whether you're gay, bi, or whatever, or a lesbian. I don't know. This whole alphabet thing you guys got going on, some of you, it's got to stop as well. We don't care, okay? Do what you want to do in your life, but stop talking about it in public, because we don't talk about our sex lives and we don't want to hear about yours. We don't want to know who you think is who you're attracted to. I don't care. I seriously do not care. So, not trying to preach here, trying to help. So, please find a mentor that's not going to make your mental health worse, but make you have the tools to improve your mental health for your future. And once you are truly happy inside of yourself, then you can look at finding a partner for life or following that career that you want to have, and just stop and take a break. Sometimes you just need to stop, take a meaningful job, take a mindless job that any monkey can do so that you're not stressed out about work, and figure out what makes you happy. And then go and create goals and create baby step goals. Remember, you gotta start with baby steps. So you need to get better clothing because you want to start that career. So baby steps, figure that out. And then once you start your career, what are the steps that you want to get to in that career, and follow those steps to get there. Those are just examples. So I seriously hope this helped. And if you're from other generations, boomers, silent generation, my generation, and even you younger generations, some of you actually have it together. My nephew has it together. He paid for his college. He's not in debt, has a great job, and he's pretty happy in life. So be like him. And if you're like him or somebody like him, put in the comments below to help the people that are struggling with their mental, I don't want to say mental illness, because it's not really an illness. I feel like you've been indoctrinated to think it's an illness, and it's just struggles in life that you just have to get over. So put in the comments below on what you use for tools to help you get through struggles in your life. And let's help this younger generation out, because you are our future. And I am seriously scared for you, and scared that you're going to end up turning into a lemming, which will do anything the government or anybody tells you to do. And you'll walk right off the cliff with all of the other lemmings. So please, please, I'm begging you, create your self-worth, create yourself happiness, and be strong in life, because we need strong people in the future to take over the world that we're handing you. And I hope I didn't forget anything. Like I said, this is all off the cuff. I'm not even going to edit this video. So it's a whole 7 minutes and almost 30 seconds long. So hopefully you'll like the video to push it out for other people to see, because I think a lot of this younger generation needs to see this video. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you get a notification when I put up the next video tomorrow. And I got a secret for the very last video. Video number 10 is going to be awesome. You guys are not going to want to miss this. It's going back memory lane with a Gen Zer. And I really think you're going to be in awe, because my husband and I have something special planned. So stick around. And Rocco's out here hanging out. Come here, buddy. You want to say hi to everybody? Let's go find him. He's right over here. I can't get him in the camera. What's wrong with me? Sorry. Where's he at? There we go. Hey, Rock. Say thanks for coming around, everybody. And we'll see you next time. Oh, and there's one of our helicopters. All right, thanks, guys. Hope you got something out of this. Have a great day.